What up, world? And welcome back. I am Dwayne Langham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled. And you have just tuned in for another exciting conversation. In this video, we're going to chop it up on a discussion I came across with my mentor. That's right, I never stop learning, never stop seeking knowledge. We covered a topic. I'm going to call it teaching an old dog new tricks. That's right. Shake a leg. Let's get it together, people.
Only live once, that's the motto, nigga, YOLO.
What do I mean by that? You've heard the phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. What I mean by that, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do something new. Transformation, while absolutely worth it, while completely invaluable and priceless, is not 100% natural. Reason being is because a lot of times what that means is starting over. In order to do something new, something that was never before, it means you're doing something unfamiliar, uncertain. You're getting past those limitations, causing breakthroughs. You know we talked about that. What's involved often when you do something new? Be real. A lot of times it means failure. A lot of times it means hitting your head. A lot of times it means effing it up. What I invite you to consider is that it's absolutely worth it. Sometimes that's just the requirement. Let go of your ego. Let go of trying to look good or avoiding looking bad. And realize that sometimes you gotta take one step back in order to move 3 steps forward. Now, how does that work? Take any strategy, anything that you've been doing in life, and if you want to improve, if you want to move beyond it, if you want to pick up a new skill set, what you've been doing may not be the way to continue. So in doing that, you're gonna do something brand new. You're gonna do something you haven't done before. Does that mean you're gonna know how to do it? No, you've never done it before. You then become an amateur. So you gotta let go of the fact that you might be an expert at doing it that old way. But at the point that you determine and recognize that that is no longer suiting you, no longer valuable to you, it then becomes the wrong way. So you don't wanna be an expert at doing it wrong, right? You wanna figure out the right way to do it, better way to do it. You wanna transform, do something new. So that means you gotta start from scratch. In the game of life, you're gonna have to pick up new skill sets. You're gonna have to do new things. And in doing that, you might get your butt whooped. As human beings, that's one of the hardest things to do, is to go from being awesome at something to knowing something inside and out. An old dog, new tricks. When you've got an old set of ways and you step away from that to try on some new tricks and you get your butt handed to you, it makes it hard to keep going. It makes it more comfortable to go back to what used to work. For you to be much better than you've been at that old level, at that old plateau, you've got to pick up the new strategy. You've just got to do it. So my encouragement to you is to stay with it, to push through, to break through those limitations. And remember that just because you step back temporarily does not mean that you cannot jump forward past where you've been. Happens all the time. You hear about rich and successful people that go through bankruptcy. Well, one, it's a business bankruptcy most likely. But when you go through bankruptcy, it means you get a fresh start. You start over. Now that doesn't always look the best. Your credit won't let you go back in and go buy a car the next week because you just filed a bankruptcy. You're starting over. You tripped up. But then you take the knowledge that you gained from that first experience. Life is a cycle of lessons. So you take those lessons, you take what you've learned, you come back and rebuild. And your fortune comes back even stronger. You're never too old to learn something new. Like for instance, the old way of doing it, if you didn't mash that like button, you might want to go ahead and do that. Take 3 steps. Like, share, and subscribe. Always keep in mind, there's no better time to get started than today, because it's the best day of your life. Are we sure about that? Last I checked, it's the only one you got. And as always, I wish you the best and only success. Peace. Anything else you want to say?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I think you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.